there everyone, thanks to my new subscribers and to my old subscribers. So tonight I'm going to do another pick a card because I've realised quite a few of you are at home just at the moment, self-isolating. That's good, but sometimes it can get a little bit mundane. So just remember, while you're self-isolating, you may use your internet a lot more and you may be watching YouTube videos, and of course you don't want to overdo it, so make sure you have an unlimited internet account or something like that, just to keep a cap on pricing. So tonight I feel I like to do the truth about his feelings, pick a card. I could do like an alternative, but I just get the impression that would be the best to do tonight. I'm not going to do a recording on it. I probably will do another recording another day because of course it's my theme reading. But so this one's just using the cards. So what is the truth of his feelings towards my channel viewer? Here's the truth of his feelings towards my channel viewer. Of course, if this reading resonates, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My website is a PayPal service, so you can send me the funds with a message or you can email me. You can also send me a message on chat via my website. My Fiverr account is a service facility and you need your Google details or your Facebook details to log into that facility. So I'm doing a slightly different spread here to fit everything in on the screen. So I get the impression here that your person's working on a new project. And I feel they're going through a rebirth. For someone, the physical, they could have a partner who is pregnant. That's quite possible. But we're talking in terms of a spiritual reading with spiritual messages. And the spiritual message is that your person's working on a new project and they're very focused on it because I feel this person is domineering, very egotistical, very proud. I feel this is quite a sharp person, intelligent, can be very stingy with their words. He gives me the impression, this person gives me the impression of being somewhat of a demigod. So this is somebody who is sugar and spice, but not all things nice. So I feel that he respects you. There are many, many women in his sphere, and I don't feel you're ignorant to that. There are some who are dark, some who are light, and he's attracted to them for different reasons. I feel that this person's nearly at the end of a cycle, right? He's at the end of a cycle with all women in some respect, because he's got something going on which is which is very important to him. But I feel like there's going to be a towel moment. If he's got a baby mama, there's going to be a towel moment. If he's got a new project going, there's going to be a towel moment. It seems to me this is a guy who wants it all. He wants his cake and he wants to eat it, and he wants you. And I even feel he wants a child with you. But here it is. This is the challenge. He's in a dream world. He can't expect to progress this relationship and turn away from you. And at the moment, he isn't turned in your direction. He's too caught up in his own masculinity. And I feel that you're pretty strong in this dynamic. You are supremely devoted to this man, but you're willing to live without him. It says that very clearly, because you know that your feelings are true. You know he has some type of plan for you. You know that he wants it all. He's probably got other women on the side. There's somebody here who has turned away from him. There's somebody like a new girlfriend who either wants his kid or is having his kid. And there's another person again who's very successful, and he's fairly attracted to her, but she's dark, she's not light. But you still top them. You know, you have your feet firmly planted on the ground, but he's left some women behind here. There's somebody from his deep past. Who he reflects upon as being an embodiment, or you being an embodiment of this person. So his feelings towards you are that you are pretty cool, loyal, but something's gone wrong. He feels something's gone wrong in your life. And he's very much a person who chases success, chases excellence, expects excellence in the people he sees. And then he'll have a girlfriend on the side who won't be all that ambitious, whose only ambition is to have his kid and, you know, raise a child, that sort of thing. But it very much shows here that he spins a web, or he causes a whirlpool, and then he just admires himself, or turns to admire himself or his work in some respect. So basically you have an ego fuck here, and I don't think you realise that, because you're very devoted to him. It's like you're looking to the heavens hoping you can get your soulmate back, and you know there are complications, but I feel this guy is going through a dark night of the soul issue, and it's a serious one, because he's nearly at the end of a cycle and things are collapsing around him, or he's wanting to begin again, and he's causing a lot of turmoil in his life. He's purposely deconstructing things in his life so he can start again. And he's looking back on all of the women that want his body, basically. That's what it says to me. But you see, what I like about your influence here is that you're respected. He understands, he has a type of devotion to you, but they are attentions. But this is a man who has a sincere understanding of you. But my fear here is that he's not acknowledging your heart in this, your emotions. And I feel you've built up a type of devotion to this person without realizing the complications. Because this is a man that stings a partner if he doesn't get what he wants and he doesn't get what he needs. So you're missing something here in the whole dilemma or the whole setup. And I feel you're missing the point that he is extremely egotistical and he just does what as he pleases. Because his love and respect for you is conditional on your success. And he feels you're somebody quite honest with him, somebody who's very genuine. He feels he would like a family with you. He even puts you on a higher pedestal than some women who are much more successful than you in life, who he would be naturally attracted to. But I feel it's encouraging because you've shown him something here. You're the only one who is subject to the atmosphere. You know, you're like an Ariel. You're the mermaid with legs, but the others aren't. They have their own little world which is successful. But the relationship with this man is sunk. And it's sunk because his depression or whatever he's suffering is taking over his life. And that sounds a little bit contradictory given that he's an ego fuck. But I feel that this is the problem. He's not humbling himself to the connection. He's caught up in the whirlpool, and that whirlpool has caught different other fish. He doesn't respect those women, he respects you. But there is still tension between you. The tension, I feel, lies in his inability to connect his heart and his mind, his emotions, his emotional self and his logical self. Because even though he understands the devotion and the love between you, there's almost a lack of respect in the sense that there's other women here who he has used essentially or left behind. or saddened. And then there are some here who felt they could compete with you on some level, but didn't understand or really understand the person that was in front of them. So in saying he has maybe got caught up in life is an understatement. Because it seems to me your feelings are honest, and I feel that this man acknowledges that. But he feels that you're prickly. He feels there's something in your soul that can't be accessed, an emotion that can't be accessed. And that's a contradiction in itself, because it's like he's not exactly an emotional person. He's not exactly a person that opens his heart to anybody. He thinks with his mind, he acts on his logical assumptions. He doesn't really, he can be cold, he can be hot, he can be cold, but mostly he's just a jellyfish. Somebody who ends up hurting his divine feminine. But you're a cut above the rest here. I feel he respects you because you don't play their game. You're different. You played a different game. And I feel that's why he gets the impression that you might be prickly, because you took a different approach. These women were throwing themselves at him based on different assumptions about him, because they wanted something for themselves, because they were ambitious. But you just wanted his love and devotion. And it challenges your authentic self. This guy's attitude challenges your authentic self. Because I can see here that he, at some point, couldn't give a fuck. And that's a real problem for you, who has made a firm decision about giving over their emotions to this person. But I feel he wants to give you jewelry or something. So he puts you on a pretty high pedestal, and that's saying something given the level of success in a woman that he seeks. It's not to say that you're not successful, but I can tell from these cards that you don't live on the same plane as these women. They're hoity-toity or very sexy, and they live in a particular type of society, something like that. So the truth is, you're dealing with somebody difficult. But besides this new project he has going, he's only looking to you for love. He's only looking to you to pull him out of that whirlpool. He hopes the person that wants his kid or could be having his kid could save him or would save him, but she's not. She got what she wanted. You know, if he has a girlfriend or a side fling, she got what she wanted. You know, she's either been able to get money from him or being able to get herself knocked up, something like that. So he's looking for you to pull him out of the whirlpool. But I feel this is where his consciousness comes into it. You're fully conscious and he's not. And he needs to heal and he needs to evolve. Because of course, you know, I say he could be a kid in the mix. These cards apply to different scenarios. And I'm not talking to an audience that is unevolved or unintelligent. I'm talking to an audience that knows their own situation and knows who the type of person they're dealing with. So you definitely have the power and you're definitely willing to be devoted to this person. But he needs to heal. Your person is, and he needs to come back down to earth with a thud. Because your person doesn't have a lot of reality about them. The reality is, you know, they're the ones in dire straits. They're the ones in trouble. They're the ones in some kind of difficulty which causes them to feel down. They're the ones who can't get them out of the situation they're in. For them, for your person to be seeking out women more as successful as they feel they are, as an ego fuck, is arrogant. Because as far as I can see, no matter what your situation is, you're the success in this scenario, not them. So I feel like your divine masculine, like many readings I'm sure you've had, needs to heal. I feel this person will always be egotistical, but they're at the end of a cycle. And you need to see how that end of cycle plays out. Does it play out so that he recognizes something and in his character and he changes? Is there a new beginning? Is there a new beginning for you both? I feel that you're in a third party situation undoubtedly, but you're his focus. He's really hoping that you can pull him. But obviously you're not in a situation to do that, especially if it's a third party situation. So you're going to have to wade this one out. See if he can heal from this dire arrogance. If he can do that, and if the new beginning allows him to do that, there's a chance for you, because he will always recognize you as somebody who was the most authentic person in his life. Okay, so that was deck 1. If this reading resonated, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My website is a PayPal service, so you can send me the funds with a message or you can email me. Also, you can send me a message on chat. My Fiverr account is a service facility and you need your Google details or your Facebook details to log into that facility. See See you next time. Hi there everyone, this is deck 2. So tonight I'm going to do the truth about his feelings. Pick a card. What is the truth of his feelings towards my channel beyond? What is the truth of his feelings towards my channel beyond? So I'm going to try to be on more often. If you didn't hear my intro, because I know a lot of people are at home. But if I'm not, I'm not. I will make some attempt. So I guess it's a time, if you're with your DM in the physical, in some sense, or some respect, then it's going to be a hard time for you. Particularly for those who work with their DM and who see their DM at social functions or social events. And so I think it's a good idea to maybe do some more readings, because it's pretty mundane at home. Here's the truth of his feelings towards my channel here. So he thinks you're pretty gorgeous, really beautiful, really graceful. But here's the problem. He has influencers in his social sphere. So this time of self-isolation is going to be beneficial. Because I feel that he just thinks you're very, very transparent, very very genuine. And I feel like he looks upon you as his true friend. And I feel that he's going to try to reach you again. When everything settles, it seems to me this situation at the moment in the world is disruptive. It's like a dark event, so it's very disruptive to, it's like a tower moment, that is, in a respect. So it shows here very clearly that the truth of his feelings center on the effect of what's happening in the world at the moment, because it puts him in a pretty dark mood. He feels you're his true friend. He really is happy about having you in his life, but there seems to be some women around him at the moment. And I don't even think it's a third-party situation. He has another lady that he's attracted to, but he's really focused on you. So it tells me here that when he met you and he spoke to you, he saw a reflection of himself in you. So he doesn't really translate that into a divine counterpart. He has some understanding of it, but I feel he has a very masculine type of logic, and this is very similar to the first deck, but there's loveliness to it, there's a passion, there's a purity, there's a freshness to it. So it tells me very clearly here he's waiting for better days to see you, because he has the intention to be by your side, be your friend. At the moment, he's just thinking he knows that things are happening. I feel in some respect his ship is sunk or he's going to sink, and so he's really focused on renewals because there's tensions in his life. It's like these women that were around him, I feel he felt one was really attractive, and so he kind of worked up a friendship set. He's worked out they're no good for him because they took advantage of his dire situation, and that could be on any scale or on any level, of course, so he could have been affected by the stock market. They could just be hanging around at a very dark time in his life. But he feels that connection to them. He feels he's compatible with them in some respect. Sometimes he feels he'd like to dive with them in the murky waters in a respect. And it's like, but he sees the light, he wants to ascend. And we saw this last night. He does want to make it to shore. But he really just appreciates you as a person. It's like they saw their true self in you, but it's a better version of themselves. It's a happier existence. It isn't mulling about with, the dark creatures. It's a better existence. It's one that he wants. So even though he's found this friendship, he's found this likeness, he wants to be your best friend. He wants you to have a one-on-one relationship without those women. So it tells me he's going to discard them out of his life. He still feels some type of connection to them. Like I feel they support him in some respect. He must go through these times where he has treasure and then he has none, because he goes through ups and downs all the time. He sails stormy seas. That's the impression I get. And one of these women has money. And I feel that in some respect they're attractive. So that tells me, he's a bit of a scallywag. Because he needed to be focusing on you, and he did focus on you in the past. But I feel in the past there was another woman around, a competitor, and she was really attractive, and that's not to say you are, because he feels that you are beautiful too. It's just that I feel you just had an equal competitor. But obviously she appealed to his male ego, whereas you appealed to his want and his need and his desire to have a genuine relationship with someone, a true friendship, because that's what it feels to me. It feels like all he wants is you, despite the inclusion of these women that he's been mulling about with. Not Neptune's sirens, but the sirens he's been mulling about with. You know, it's like he heard their call and he was pulled in by them. But you're the beautiful human female in the boat that can pull him away from the sirens, pull him away from their call. And you're the only one who can do that. So that tells me that your connection is very important to him. It may seem like it's hard because you're dealing with tensions, you're dealing with other women, you might even be seeing these women around him, and I don't feel it's making you angry, but you think about it. You think about how that connection with those women could disrupt your relationship. It's funny because, of course, you're probably watching this hoping for there to be an emotional response, and there's love, there's passion, there's beauty. But it's something that you associate with the past. So I feel that you've healed a lot from this connection. It's a feeling that you still carry with you. And it is, in some respects, a third-party situation in that there's like friends around him, women that he's met, probably a partner from his past. But I feel that into the future, his ship's going to sail again into calmer waters, and he's going to want to reprise this friendship with you. So I feel like on a larger scale, if you're talking, if you're going to broaden these cards and you're going to talk about the world today, it says he wants to get back to you once all is in a bit, when everything has calmed down. Because he must be realizing the difference between a false friend and a true friend here. That's the impression I get. Because he's on his way back, or he wants you to go to him. He wants to be with you forever into the future. And I'm not going to suggest that it will be a loving association, because I feel like you've healed. You're not really looking at his life as it stands with other friendships, other women, other men, whoever may be in his inner circle. I feel that at some point you focused on yourself and you turned away from his life and his politics, his personal politics. And you really just focused on the connection, the appreciation you have for that connection, the soul, the strength of that soul tie. and you focused more on the positive aspects of the association than the negative ones. Well, something's going to come to light with him. After all is said and done, you're going to, and there's a, you get to the calm after the storm. I feel that he will return to you. Return to you the friend that you recognize him, and the person in the mirror you recognize him as, because you don't really see his dark side. You don't delve into that. And when you met this person, you never delved into it. You knew it could exist. And he has been indulging in that side and creating relationships with women who aren't that great for him, or men, but shows women. So I feel like something's going to move forward here. And you'll be reaching out to one another again into the future. Because he'll get back to his authentic self. And start to recognize the beauty in your connection. Okay, so that was deck 2. If this reading resonated, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My website is a PayPal service, so you can send me the funds with a message or you can email me. You can also message me on chat. My Fiverr account is a service facility and you need your Google details or your Facebook details to log into that facility. See you next time.